Okay, I just finished listening to the emails between Gypsy and Rod while she was in prison from the year 2018 all the way up into 2023 or 2024, whatever, whenever she was released. So I just made a 13-minute long video, literally reading everything. But I decided instead of doing that, I was just going to make a shorter version and basically tell you what was going on in the emails. So if you don't know, Into the Weeds podcast on here and on YT, they do their podcast on their YT channel though. And yesterday or a few days ago, they did a reading of the transcripts, and they are some of the people that are receiving the FOIA documents, right? They have gotten the FOIA documents of Gypsy's emails while she was in prison from 2018 to when she was released. Anyways, to break down the emails, guys, it's messy. So it's pretty much back and forth between Rod and Gypsy, and he's just telling her he's excited to get to know her and, you know, have a relationship with her, and that he was the one that ran away like a little punk. And, you know, he's always respected Dee Dee because she did such a great job, and that nobody will ever love Gypsy like Dee Dee did. He says this. They never talk bad about Dee Dee. Anyways, also, apparently when Rod goes to work, throughout the years, he has many women messaging him, or him messaging women, I don't know. And he has this one particular lady that is called the Cookie Lady. They don't give a name, they blank it out. So he's really he's digging this Cookie Lady, right? And anyways, the Cookie Lady is corresponding also with Gypsy on JPay in prison, and Gypsy's like, yeah, she's really nice, you know, whatever makes you happy, Dad. Gypsy even goes as far as to call her dad Pimp Juice. She's like, dear Pimp Juice, hey Pimp Juice, Dad. So we should start calling Rod Pimp Juice. But she tells him, you know, whatever makes you happy, I just want you to be happy. If you're miserable or Christy, then, you know, so be it. But apparently the Cookie Lady lives in Canada, and at one point in time, she even sent some cookies to Christy and Rod's house. And it was because I believe Rod had an upcoming visit to Gypsy, and sometimes you're able to bring food, like your loved ones, family and friends can bring you food to the prison for your day visit, right? It depends what prison and all that stuff that you're in. So Rod was planning on going to see Gypsy, and the Cookie Lady sent the cookies to the house, and she wanted Rod to bring Gypsy the cookies so she could try them. Well, Christy found the cookies, obviously, and she threw them away, and she was mad, okay? She was mad. And Rod threatened, he basically came out in the open, told her the truth, and was like, look, I'm not happy, like, whatever. And she begged him for some time to get her act together, and Rod is telling Gypsy all this, right? And Gypsy, he even tells Gypsy that he's just not attracted to Christy anymore. She needs to lose weight. Like, she needs to lose a lot of weight. And that's not me saying this. This is Rod saying that about Christy, okay, guys? Just want to make that clear. Anyway, you know, I don't like Christy, but I would never say that to someone. Anyway, so he's like, I can't help it, you know, and the Cookie Lady really has her act together. She has a lot to offer, and I just have my eye on her. I can't help it. But you know what? I'm gonna be a man, and I'm gonna work out my marriage, and I'm gonna give Christy another chance, because I've let a lot of people down in my life, and you know, I'm just gonna give it another chance. So he kind of cuts off the Cookie Lady, but they're like, or not really cut her off, but they stop corresponding so much. Well, okay, one day randomly, Gypsy gets an email from the Cookie Lady, and apparently Christy has Rod's Facebook password, and the only person that Christy has told about having that password is Gypsy. Gypsy tells her dad, hey Dad, Christy knows your Facebook password, you better be careful, like, be careful, she's gonna be snooping. And then he tells her, like, yeah, she's always been a snooper, she's, you know, cuckoo. I didn't know that about her when I married her. God, y'all, it's messy. Anyway, so that's whenever the divorce thing comes into play. Like I just said, he's like telling her the truth and everything. Whenever anyway, Gypsy comes back and corresponds to Rod and is like, look, I don't want to get in the middle of it, but you know what? Go for it, Dad. Like, Christy's not making you happy. Like I said, she was enabling it. Like, she was clearly like, go for it. And she loved the Cookie Lady. They talked all the time, it seemed, or here and there at least. It seemed like, anyway, Gypsy just said, like, basically she didn't want to be in the middle of it, and she didn't want Christy to know that, you know, she was telling her dad everything and all kind of stuff. Gypsy was being two-faced. You know, Gypsy didn't like Christy at all. She, you know, she even says it in the email. She's never liked Christy. So, what else? That's pretty much it. But, there's over, like, 1,000 pages that they have access to right now, and they have only came out with the ones I showed you the other day about Gypsy asking for money, and then now these. She also has messages, her and Ken. She has, I don't think much of Ryan is in there. She has messages of Gypsy and Rod talking a lot about Nick and Dee Dee, and not in the way that you think, like, not bad. And anyway, yeah, it's messy. So if y'all want to go check out Into the Weeds podcast, I highly suggest it, because I mean, it's like 2 hours long. That's why I kind of wanted to just break it down instead of making a 13-minute video and reading it line by line because it was too much. But it was a great listen. I did listen to all of it. And you can go check it out there if you want to hear it. But it's basically, to summarize it, that's pretty much it. Anyways, y'all have a great day and enjoy the tea.